Alrighty then. Looks like we are live. Things look to be running smooth. And hello everyone, Brew here. And welcome back to Tavern Talk. Things started to escalate a bit last time we were here.
Just a bit.
I mean, just a bit. Babel just ran off half cocked on their own to look for Melly, even though they could be in a very dangerous situation and did not have a full and complete information in order to make an informed search of where to find her.
Hey, I am a grown elf. I make my own decisions. Damn it.
Yeah. There's the thing where you start. There's a thing about making your own decisions, and then just being well intentioned but reckless.
It's totally fine. Oh god, they did do a home rule on that. Which ones did they do?
You're welcome.
Fuck! One of them is not listed. And I'm looking.
I know which one you're looking for.
I mean, on top of all that, we've also got Mr. Edgy name of the week, who's just found that his parents are actually still alive, and now, in order to try and reconcile his edgy backstory, wants them assassinated.
They know what they did. They cannot survive and have the story be attacked. Screw anyone else that disagrees with that.
But yeah, things certainly start to escalate. So, yeah, well, I suppose time will tell how things work out. So, let's see what happens now.
Hello. Hello, Innkeep. Look what I found.
Yeah, it looks like a rare specimen of Archie to me.
I am one of a kind.
Oh, you two know each other already? Of course you did. You know pretty much everyone in the city, huh? I'm an Irish there, but I don't care.
Of course I know him. He's quite the celebrity in town.
Oh, I suppose I am.
He's Zenith's most famous author. He even survived an assault by hordes of the vicious undead.
Author? I guess I really am an author, yes.
Bummer, and here I thought I supplied you.
How did you two meet?
I think he spotted me on the street. Must have thought I had a lot of stories to tell. So he asked me if you could write my biography.
What a unique way to call someone old.
But she does have a lot of stories to tell.
Archie, how many manuscript topics do you want to collect before you actually finish something?
Well, you see, it's always important to collect ideas. Life itself is the best source of inspiration for any artist.
Look at him. He's so eager to write. I couldn't just refuse that look in his big, sparkly eyes.
Writing down ideas is so much fun. There's the magical detective story. Tales of my adventure with the undead. And now Una's biography as well is fantastic.
I suppose you're right. Una, how come you want your biography to be written now?
I don't really have a reason. I'm old. And I've seen all of the stuff. It'd be sad if I let knowledge went to waste, right?
It's not like you'll disappear any second now, is it?
It's not.
I get it. A lot of terrible things have been happening lately.
Ah, don't be silly. We'll be fine. It's always nice to see most of your friends return during times like these.
Most of them. Nickname, whatever you're listening to is leaking through.
Oh, no, it's just the voice filter thing. I don't know why the fuck the voice filter thing would leak through. That's kind of stupid. Stuff like that happens every few decades. It's completely normal.
If you say so. Are you gonna pay Archie accordingly, though?
That's what I'm here for. I'm gonna pay him in drinks. And I could also use a little refreshing drink myself.
I gotcha. Anything specific you'd like today, Archie?
Just the same as always. I'm trying to stay focused on my writing and to defend my brain against all these distracting thoughts.
Coming right up.
I wish I had a drink like that.
So defense.
Okay, do this.
Spending your brain against talks.
I think we went with the tonic last time, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because none of the tonics do anything for the brain. So.
Yeah. And I think with the tonic we were able to get the inspiration. Well, one of the two. I think it was the honey trap, wasn't it? Nope. Nope, and it wouldn't be that one. Maybe Thunder Sage? Nope, that's all brains.
Yeah, it has to be the honey.
Oh! Wasn't there one that gave charisma? It wasn't the tonic, it was, I think, the for drinks.
Yeah, for charisma, but he's specifically asking for defense.
Yeah, I'm saying isn't there one that gives like 1 point in charisma, which would cover the other one? Because honey gives a little bit of charisma. So there's a defense strength that gives a tiny bit of charisma too.
We need a little speed, a little more strength, and all the defense. Hmm. In theory, we could go with the lotus flower, because that means we need we need 3 strength and 2 defense, and that would fill it up right. Or we could go with the saber fang for some haste. Or citrine.
I mean, if he's writing, maybe some.
Yeah, nothing.
Wouldn't the inspiration do?
There's nothing in inspiration that will make the for the steel tonic.
What about something else that would?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. First snow, I think, would do it.
For snow, maybe frosted lagoon.
Because then that'll allow us to actually make them use of the honey flower.
Oh.
A little bit of attack.
Here you go. A drink to boost your concentration.
Ah, thank you very much, dear innkeep. This is delicious. I can feel an irresistible itch in my fingertips already.
I'm always happy to oblige. So, Una, what's it for you today?
Maybe something that'll give me strength and energy to tell this whippersnapper every little detail of my life. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Alright, give me a quick second and I'll be back with your drink. So now I need a strength. So either Sailor's Courage or the Southern Brawler.
And I think the Sailor's one is a direct upgrade to the Southern Brawler. Yeah, because it adds in a little bit more something else by the looks of it.
Yeah, more defense by the looks of it.
Yeah.
But wait, more agility.
Yeah.
But then again, they're speaking as well.
Hmm.
What infusion to go with?
Could go with haste, maybe, but are we able to give the honey flower? That gives speed and charisma.
But that takes away 2 attack.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is a no-go.
Isn't there one that of the other inspiration that doesn't hit attack?
Actually, wait. That one gives us 2, too. Huh. Look at what we got.
What about the one with the shield? Because I don't think the courage has that many shield in it. If you're doing inspiration.
Yeah, Phoenix chili could work. Yeah, because we don't need int on this one. Some liquid stamina for the golden girl.
Let's see if his skills are to be trusted in, Kip. Oh! Archie, I hope you're ready for at least a 600 pages.
Oh my, that's quite a lot.
But you already agreed, you don't have a choice, hey? And now, my dear Archibald, we'll begin with the writing. Thank you for your hospitality, Ingip. I'll see you later.
Goodbye, Inky. Oh, more information on Archie.
So, you'll remember to give us a copy. Oh, I like that.
Wow.
The bottom. He notices that if a Pennant weighs a sword and vexate him, may hand us some signed copy of his works.
Goodbye, Inky. I'll remember to keep a copy of the book for you.
Signed, please.
Of course.
Very well. Goodbye, you two.
I think I was meant to be. Let me. I didn't realize they came in that many times.
Is it in the,
No, I didn't put the characters like that because I thought they were just like quick side characters. Finally, my swiftest piece that I have returned.
Welcome back, Minty.
Good to see you, Innkeeper. And surprisingly, a tavern's dry and interior.
I thought you might be appreciating the dampness of almost everything nowadays.
Maybe while underwater, but wheels and mud do not mix. I learned I appreciate structurally sound and smooth wood flooring much more than its soggy alternatives.
That bad?
You would too, just step a few minutes past your tavern. You might get an idea about the things jammed in my spokes and smushed between Casket and Kane's toes.
I'll pass. And besides, stories from my patrons are much more enjoyable. Speaking of, how did the pearl hunt go?
Honestly, it wasn't all too eventful, but before I go on, I could do with one of your drinks then, Keep. Something to keep my mind clear of irrelevant distractions for the journey back.
Let me see what I can do. So we need a brain booster. We got the Silent Owl, the Peak Sunrise, or the Sparkling Nebula.
Disable that microphone so it doesn't pick up again, because god fucking damn
Afraid of trying and failing to mute again?
I had no idea it was set itself as the default communication microphone.
Head pat.
For context out there, just before we went live, had a little incident where the sus one here decided to mute himself once again, but apparently Discord had different ideas and changed the mic he was using, so we could hear everything.
Why Razer Kraken is set as the end-all be-all default device that the microphone should use. There is no reason that when I plug in the Logitech camera, it decides I'm gonna switch to that. Why?
It likes switching to whatever the most newest thing is you turn on that as a mic.
I put a arbitrary automatic default, and it's supposed to stay at the default.
It doesn't. It likes whatever the last thing was that you plug in. Which is why I always check. I right-click on my little microphone down there to be like, okay, is it my Razer Saren Mini that's the default at the moment? Okay, it is. Bada bing, bada boomski.
Also, god damn it, my cat is sleeping on my clothes.
Of course.
Let me see here. Yeah, that could work. Golden feather. May this inspire boundless creativity.
Just what I needed. Only had a boundless supply of this drink while writing at my desk.
Unfortunately, my establishment doesn't do deliveries.
What a shame.
But before you go on, I actually have something else for you.
And here, I thought I'd have to needle you for it again. What a pleasant surprise.
My favorite kind. Here, a completely proofread manuscript. I hope.
Let's only hope it's completed. Since my retrieval and you proofreading have been such a long time in the making. Yes.
Right. Long in the making.
Probably wash that red ink off your hands before it stains your mugs.
Oh, right. I was, editing my recipes all night. Crazy story, actually. For another time, that is.
I see. I will say, it's good to have these papers back in my hands.
May I inquire as to why you asked for them back now?
I've decided to finally publish the book. What I've written about, it's very dear to my heart. And I'm happy to finally get to share my writing with the world.
Minthy the author. It has a nice ring to it.
It'll be Mackenzie Pichon, actually.
Very nice pen name.
It was time I finally chose one and something universal like that. Procrastination is a curse to all of its own. Mood.
I think that's a mood with everybody.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
Minutes.
Sure is.
Yes.
So, about the pearl, or pearls.
Protection pills, like I said, it wasn't too eventful. I had tea with the banshee that once in Lagoon, and she traded me the pills for objects of her desire. Mostly I promised her a signed copy of the book.
Good for her. Now, but you didn't mean to ask, if I may. What do you need the pearls for, exactly? I know you're often looking for them, but I was never quite sure why.
Well, I'm sure you remember the curse I was bestowed with.
Yes? The cursed parasitic rings that amplify your magic to a painful degree.
Exactly those. They cause quite a lot of issues for me and my body. Sometimes it feels like the magic is eating away at me, slowly feasting on my organs and nerves.
Oof.
Tearing me apart from the inside out as it gradually takes my health and life. Oh, I feel this is referencing the real person, probably. The protection pills keep a man in check. They keep it down to manageable levels. And so I remember correctly, this is based off of a friend of the...
So if it's based off a friend, then that means that whatever they're describing is a parallel to what they're suffering.
Quite possibly.
It helps the pain a lot.
So, you're saying you turn the pearls into a drink?
I don't really just see it. Still your first solution to everything. Okay, what were the service dog's name again? Yes, on occasion, mostly I grind them into ink for my tattoos. They're very versatile little beauties.
You asked me what the names of their two dogs? I suppose we can go back in the logs and see how long...
We don't get the name of the dogs until,
Yeah, we
like,
do. Yeah, we do. They're talking about them. They're walking on the floor.
Casket and Cane.
Ah, well, I was just looking. I was curious if her real service dog had that name. No, her real service dog is Grim.
I'm happy you could find some then. Oh, I think about it. Care to share? I'm sure they'd be great for my drinks.
so fast. For most people, they just amplify matter to ridiculous and dangerous degrees. Oh, they're a naiad. And they don't want to be held responsible for the chaos your patrons could cause. However, maybe I can offer you something less extreme, but still energizing. Here.
I'm drinking coffee right now. God damn it!
Oh dear, I cannot wait to see that in action once we get to someone who could use it.
Oh, you finally got cursed coffee, did you?
Huh?
Oh, they wrote a book about of the character in this Diary of a Service Beast.
Is this your infamous coffee recipe? After all these years, you finally trust me with it?
It's time. I think you can finally make it without poisoning someone.
I'll do my best. Thank you, Minty.
Hope to also help you keep your promises in time. Anyhow, I think we're due to take our leave.
You need to make some ink?
Something like that. Plus, I promised Cassie and Kane we'd check if any primordial tennis balls got washed up by the flood. Both good.
Yeah, let's go send some help by his way. I might be able to make you some moss balls.
What a perfect excuse to catch up with her. You sure?
More frequently recently. It's nice.
Miracle, she still comes after you exercise your favorite bog body. Oh god.
You're young and inexperienced. It happens.
But it does. It's lovely to see you again, Innkeeper.
Likewise. Best of luck on your journey. And don't forget to send me a copy of that book.
You promise not to forget about its existence this time.
I'll do my very best.
I know you will, friend. I know you will. I mean, you're Faye, so young for you could be anything.
That was a fast day.
I'm not complaining. A nice light one after what went down last time. Oh boy. Okay, Jade's back, so that means that...
The parent quest.
Yeah, which is also going to find out how this ends up going down, and... Oh, this is potential to get all... Ugh.
I think I need more cursed coffee. Oh god, I'm drinking Death Wish, so it technically could be cursed.
Lovely. Jade, welcome back. Was your quest successful?
When have I ever failed?
Well, you do look surprisingly unbloodied. Also, hello, Kumo.
Kumo? Who's Kumo?
That guy. New name, I'm guessing?
No, no names here. Never had a name. Don't even know what names are.
Oh.
What the fuck? Okay!
Oh, God, the edge.
We've
Wonder
gone
when we're gonna get his real
to...
name.
Fuck you, I don't have a name.
Am I just supposed to go along with that?
Yes.
You're supposed to make me a drink. Then we can talk.
Fair enough. What can I get you?
I still got plans after this, but Onyx is pretty tired. Give me something that'll keep her... that will get her to keep up with my speed if I let her have a sip.
Anything for Onyx.
I love Onyx.
Speed. So no cursed coffee yet. And we still have only just one that gives us speed. The Swift Strike. Because, let's see, with the Sparking Nebula, the Silent Isle, Peak Sunrise, we got 3 that give us intellect. 1... 3, we got 3 that give us charisma. 3 that give us defense. Yep, only 2 that give us strength, and yeah, just 1 for agility. Oh, correction. Thanks to the Curse Coffee, we now have 3 that give us strength. But yeah, we're still missing on stuff for agility. So gonna have to be the Swift Strike since that's the only agility one we've got. Now then. So, little int, and a little defense. So, what to infuse?
Little int in my life.
No one's to give us haste. Fits in with the profile for the drink, so definitely not Thunder Sage. Could go with a Fey Crystal. Or even the Lotus Flower. Yeah, I think it's the Lotus Flower or the Fey Crystal are our 2 best choices. Yeah, let's go with the lotus flower. We haven't used that too much yet. A drink for Onyx and you, but mostly Onyx.
Not too bad. Considering to see you know me so well.
Being a regular does have its perks. So, names.
Start with the story first. You love those, right?
You know it.
I'll spare you the details of my journey to Borkum. Well, I didn't miss a chance to make some extra money along the way. Everyone thought I was the right woman for their jobs. They helped me with the quest too. Reads a good description of a renegade turned over a Dune merchant. Who was in a deep dispute with a blue-crowned elephant.
I'd love to hear that story, actually.
Not my problem. Asking a couple pointed questions got me to the inn with the deadbeat was staying at. Problem with people is they can't exactly kill them in broad daylight. If monsters, you'd be thanked for doing so. But with people, you got to be patient. So I did what anyone would have done in my situation. I posed as a tour guide.
And they believed you?
You did! And Nico was right. Your drinks are great for pulling scams.
Happy to hear that.
I offered them a tour of the nearby Warden Sea. Led them to an area I know was shunned by actual tour guides because of unpredictable tides. Give them a spiel about how the battle or start took place here, yada yada. You know how it goes. Pretty soon their eyes were glued to some starfish playing in the mud. It's the perfect opportunity to get it over with quickly. Obviously I wasn't gonna kill them just then. They needed a chance to run, but I had to scare them first. I raised my spear right above the head and was getting ready. I was about to go for a warning strike when I heard the zing sound. I deflected the knife that was flung my way at the last second, and it shattered against the ground. All three of us turned and we saw this cloaked echo reaching for another knife. He had his hood pulled up, knives and daggers dropped all over his body. Even the air seemed to go darker around him. Looked like a real shadow bane.
And by the bets that the edgy sus has muted himself successfully this time.
Oh, he's
Definitely.
probably doing the PayPal thing or the. He's probably trying to buy tickets to Cider Fest,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I took a while to buy that, do the stuff. I was doing the same thing.
I trained under them.
Impressive. Those deadbeat thought I was protecting them from him. Just didn't look on their faces when I said I was there to kill them. I turned back, wanting to refocus my warning strike when I was interrupted by a simple stop. I said in a deep, raspy, incredibly fake voice that sounded like some sort of proper degenerate. Like the two bums thought we were fighting about who'd get to kill them. Their approach to such situations is immediately try and bribe us. I told them to shut it. They asked me what I wanted, then if it wasn't money or words. So I turned to our little shadow and asked what he wanted. But he just stood there quietly. Can't blame him. There's a little scarier than your parents.
So, you helped him with the decision?
Not exactly. I walked over to him and handed him my spear. Scorpio. Man,
He is
Must be
busy
rough.
messing with Lily at the moment.
oh my.
Hmm. Yeah, you're on deck, boy.
Nibbles.
You said this is your choice to make it.
can't, can't Russian didn't even read it quite so properly.
There are only in doing the tickets, you only have 10 minutes to fill everything out. It felt like she was passing some of her courage onto me.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope you get the tickets though.
No, I only buy the base tickets myself, so I don't. Decisive. Also, I'm sure Scorpio and our other friend would have come down anyway and forced me up, even if I was like, I don't know. He stepped forward, my spear in hand, and took off his hood. He was, I'll spare you the details.
I think at this point we can already figure out just what happened.
Probably broke down.
Okay, I got the ticket. Okay, not gonna hold that one hostage anymore.
They recognized him, of course. Look, I don't have a portable sensor on me. I have to have the audacity to act surprised.
Surprised is one way to put it. When they talked, they sounded so like they thought I had died.
freaking called it.
Yeah. You could have. They left you.
I wanted to say something. Anything, yell. Tell them to get lost, scream at them for what they've done to me, but... all that came out was, why did you leave? Their silence went on for so long.
It would have been long if those tides hadn't come rushing in.
You did kind of walk into that one.
Kind of. Luckily, I was quick. Got all those up to the muddy rocks before the waves couldn't reach.
How long were you up there for?
A couple of hours.
Left us a lot of time to talk.
Did you?
Yes, a lot. For example, did you know the primordial flood was caused by the pyre erupting?
The pyre? You mean the biggest volcano in all of Asteria, nestled right in Leviathan's domain?
Yeah, apparently it erupted and collapsed, covered all of the primordial sea in ash and set off a tsunami.
It should not be doing that.
No. Do you think powerful magic was afoot?
Probably not. What use is a giant tsunami to anyone?
Considering the type of foes I've been dealing with recently in Final Fantasy XIV, I could say easily as someone with a nihilistic point of view with a penchant to not wanting to go alone.
What? You say annihilation deserves company. You can't fault the nihilistic assholes that are out there.
Maybe they wanted to be wet.
Probably not. Are tsunamis and their causes all you and your parents talked about?
No, mostly we talked about the leaving thing. They said not a day went by where they didn't regret what they'd done. I asked why they didn't come back then. They didn't have an answer for that. Mom said she was
Maybe you weren't.
Nightthorpe
Maybe you
skills.
were wrong there.
Hmm?
Sounds like they did actually ditch him.
Well, I don't think. I think they probably assumed he was dead and they didn't check or something. Is my guess.
I mean, based on what was just said here now, they never had a good answer for why they didn't come back.
I guess that's just my answer.
We'll never certain soon enough.
I never thought they'd apologize. They owned up to all of it, as awful as it was. I had it planned for that. They wanted for everything and be a part of my life. Make up for everything. I can read. I know how to English. Anyone that says otherwise will get the blade. They also said it was up to me and what I wanted.
Don't need to say anything. The evidence speaks for itself. What do you want?
A family. Is that stupid?
No, it's not.
So, you forgave them?
No, not yet. I have to see if they actually mean what they said first. I can't trust them right now. We don't really know each other anymore. Who knows if we'll get along? But they did say they want to get to know me, and I think I might like that. They're just so different. It feels like I'm angry at people that don't exist anymore.
I'm feeling the second one.
I mean, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I probably mentioned this more. I still struggle with being angry myself, because long story short, to not go into too deep of the baggage, but let's just say I grew up around some very unhealthy and very, might dare say, toxic anger. So, yeah, being around that, since my largest example to pull from was this very unhealthy expression of anger. Yeah. Still working on addressing that particular emotion in my day-to-day. Even if they change, they hurt you. Neither forgiveness nor forgetting is required.
It just feels unfair, like I'm harboring resentment for ghosts.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? Sometimes the pains of our past can be like chains anchoring us. It can make it very hard to take those steps to move forward. Plus, in the case of what's his name this week, it's still a very fresh. Well, the initial incident is well old, but the wound has been opened anew, so it is still quite raw and fresh. So it's gonna take time for him to process everything and work through it all.
Oh yes.
At the very least, it seems like we did manage to avoid him taking a permanent answer that he could have very easily ended up coming to regret later.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll try to be honest with them. I owe that to myself. Plus, Jade threatened to decapitate them if they ever hurt me again.
They'd stand no chance.
None. Can I have a drink now, too?
Sure. Let's trade.
Right. A secret?
No. A name.
Boy's been through a lot.
I assume Jay didn't know you as Kumo because your parents didn't call you that.
Correct.
What did they call you then?
I'm not.
I'll trade you my name. Just give the guy a drink.
Your first name? Those are quite precious to Maida, right?
Very. See, there's a secret to trade for.
I'm listening.
Ulysses.
Ulysses.
Thank you for correcting myself.
A beautiful name.
I don't respond to flattery. But thank you.
It's definitely better than mine.
Yours fits you.
It does not.
If you say so.
So, not Ulyssia. What would you like in exchange?
Maybe something that'll stop me from choking on my words. In case I have to do more of this emotional thing.
I've definitely got
This is
something
what-
for that.
This is why I wish I had the voice thing and I'd just be like, emotional damage!
I know that meme. I'm actually surprised I got the ticket. I mean, all packages sold out in 30 minutes. I'm assuming. From the time it opened. It's actually surprising there is that much dedication still.
You know, I never noticed Jade's arms are like skeletal in a sense.
I think
thought
we
they were
pointed
cyber-
out.
They're artificial.
Yeah, they look like crystal jades.
I'm just looking at the TV tropes such as Jade. The Methida are a skeletal race whose bones are made of gems. Some are only partially undead, such as Jade, who only has arms that are turned into bones. Because I was trying to look up what a race was, because I've never heard of Mahida. A spoken heart feels very appropriate in the situation.
Mm-hmm. Here you are. Some fluid emotional vulnerability.
It tastes a lot better than it sounds.
Feels a lot better too.
Maybe.
I still need to call you something else though, if Kumo is out.
It is.
What have you got for me then?
I don't. I'm running out of names. Jade, can I?
Nope, my name.
Fine, how about... Dave?
Sooner or later, you're gonna just settle on a name because you're gonna run out of new ones.
The funny thing is, I was just thinking to myself, joking, what if you just gave like a boring ass normal name like Ted or Bob or something? I'm like, oh, Dave works too.
No, Frank.
What about Fred?
Or maybe Steve.
How about we skip Steve?
Oh, come on, then you could be like, I am Steve.
I mean, that's one of my nicknames is Steve.
I was mostly doing the Minecraft movie reference.
I
Ah,
mean, to be fair, in Dead Breeze Studio, it's funny. Just joined, and one of the mods look at, oh, that's your username. From now, you're going to be known as Steve the Scorpionox. No comment or question. It's like, yeah, that's what you're going to be nicknamed. Legit happened. It was hilarious. No context. Actually, I found the context, but yeah, it was no context. I joined. One of them said, "Oh, it's this now."
Hey, if it helps, in this one Twitch thing, I don't remember the context. They just call me Nina. I don't know I don't remember where it came from, but I'm Nina. But I just go with it.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, sure, I'll go with that. I'm proud of you, Dave. For everything you've gone through, and for choosing what's right for you.
You know what? Out of character. Too bad he's not a barbarian.
Yes.
Oh, that was such a good show.
How many of you, when I made that joke, are now hearing the song in your head?
Guilty.
Thank you.
Do you need a hug?
May have already gotten one from Jade.
Speaking of mine, I've got to go. Want to check in with Grace and her goons? See you around there, boy.
See you around, Ulyssia.
Just gonna share that with Scorpio and know his reaction will be what he does.
Give me a second.
One.
oh my.
Do I even want to know?
Probably not.
Trust me, he's gonna forward it. Told you.
Yep.
Oi.
This is you now.
Yeah. Ugh.
Did I break you with that?
Just debating on whether to say a comment on it.
Do it.
No.
Is this a comment that is better not heard on stream?
That you'll have to leave up to your imagination.
So cruel.
Yeah. What about you? Care to linger a little longer?
I need some time to think. I'll us over, maybe even feel it too. Is Fable back yet? I think cheesecake would make for a great distraction right about now.
No. I thought maybe you ran into them on the way back.
I didn't. So Melly isn't back yet either?
No, I'm afraid not.
Cool. Great. I guess I'll go talk to... Carolyn?
Stand keep.
Shut up.
Hey,
No.
that looks good with prestidigitation. Or ventriloquism.
See...
Yeah.
I was about to say ventriloquism would be what you're going for.
Yeah, basically.
Carolyn? Your parents?
Maybe. Do you think they still love me?
I don't know. I hope they do. I hope they'll love you well, but I don't know. I do know that other people love you, and that if your parents fail to live up to what you deserve, you won't be loved any less.
I'd like to believe that. Sometimes I just think if even my own parents could leave me, anyone can.
Don't measure your worth by the actions of the people that hurt you. Nothing good can come from that.
I'm very thankful to have met you. Anyway, I'm also part of the night or whatever, so I must go. Farewell.
See you soon. Well, I'm definitely glad that that ultimately worked out for the better.
Mm-hmm.
Now all I have to do is find Orsk. Orsk, where the fuck are you?
What?
Melly.
Yes, our poor kitty is MIA still.
Well, we said we have to find Orsk.
I kind of wonder what's going to happen with this kind of name for the day.
As protocol.
That sounds like we're getting our intrepid group of pyromaniac chucklefucks.
Yep, I guess the chucklefucks are returning.
So, have fun, Scorpio.
Oh god, yeah, there's gonna be 3 of him.
Kitty!
Innkeeper surprise!
Yeah, nice to see that you're back. Is Fable with you?
No. Should they be?
They were looking for you.
They aren't a very good detective then.
I'm happy to see you're well, Melly. Everyone was very worried about you.
Why? I'm great at taking care of myself.
I jinxed that as soon as I mentioned finding you, poof.
You are, but where have you been all this time?
Investigating things, obviously. Like the flood, my investigation led me to Morley. Or Morlia. Or more like they did. Nico, Roy, and Hicks, I mean, they followed them to Morlia. They were talking about adventures and mysteries and puzzles, and I'm trying to solve a mystery too. So
Oh dear God, the kitty was with the chuckle fox.
I couldn't let the opportunity pass me by.
That explains a
That
lot.
is very dangerous.
Yeah, imagine having to follow 3 Scorpios.
Mm.
Oh dear God, the line.
Well then,
You're very lucky. People usually pay a lot of money to spend time with me.
that is actually very fair. A lot do spend time with you, but it's not really you though, is it? I mean,
Oh
that
my
is sort of
God,
your
yeah,
night
it's
job.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, let's skip past that.
This isn't for stream, but if you know, you know, and it's only these chuckle fucks that know.
Yeah.
Sigh.
Yeah. I can just say I'm definitely glad to see Amelia's back and safe, and that it looks like our faith that she would be all right was well placed. But now, more worried about Fable because
Yeah.
she's probably still out there looking all half cocked. Or
And it sounds like she might have entered that fucking nightmare realm.
Uh,
Well, the moment they heard that that was the portal, because to be fair, Millie was investigating what Fable feared that they were, but it just that their investigation didn't take them that direction, but to a
Yeah.
different location.
I was saying something along these lines last time. Hot tempers, hot emotions, well-meaning intentions, but leading the road straight to, and probably in a case like this, almost literal hell.
I mean, it sounds like a literal realm of nightmares, so it's like the nightmare part of the realm of dreams. Oh dear God, nickname. The poor familiar.
Oh boy, what did the bean do?
Oh, you guys spotted that one.
Yeah,
What
and the
did
poor
the
familiar.
Oh yeah,
which one?
I
Dragon Flagon.
yeah I'm not gonna comment on this one because this is the kind of thing that got dropped that is definitely not for Twitch.
What if I get from their
Yeah, it
You know, that's
Well, you
something that
found it.
she would probably do.
I haven't seen your familiar in a while, and I'm pretty sure your familiar would probably be into it.
You know what? There's a comment that I want to make about it, but I can't say it. Hang on.
And would the phrase "putting a moratorium on it" be appropriate for this topic right here?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, preemptively putting the brakes on this one.
Yeah.
I'm telling the
Why?
being in DM.
I'm not gonna.
Oh,
Because I'm, like, famous?
But I didn't go there because of you. I was following clue.
Okay. Oh god, pity snubbed him.
oh, right in the ego.
I stay outside. My case isn't about a wizard. Not this time.
Where's Hex anyway?
Fuck, I just realized something.
Yes.
If she decided to follow into the wizard tower, and one of the options were that, depending the drink, the chuckle fucks explode the wizard tower.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Likeable.
You know, you win wizard things.
Oh
I
God.
like the bottom one. I like the
Oh.
bottom one. Can we please?
I mean, it is a wizard thing. Fireball is always the answer.
Like arson?
That would have been fun, but instead he chose to study. He immediately went to check out the spells we found. Though he seemed pretty disheartened.
How come?
Not sure. I guess he didn't find what he was looking for. Maybe because the world's greatest treasure was already traveling with him.
What would that be?
Never mind.
Gotta keep him humble.
Oh yes.
He told us to keep an eye out for any time. Magic razzle-dazzle. But we found nothing.
Yeah, at least you managed to get inside and return safely.
Yeah. The way there was easy peasy. We got there thanks to Nico pulling off a shape-shifting trick and pretending to be a merchant. Stole some guy's coat and face and used his reputation to secure us a boat ride to Morelia. Said it all wanted to meet with a real estate agent from the Magocracy to buy the island. No.
Magocracy?
No. 9. Yes.
I told them to pick us up in a week or so, but then we'd be far gone.
What happened once you reached the island? I'm quite intrigued.
Before we tell you anything, I'd like a drink. Something that goes down like honey and will make my poetry flow like wild river.
So charisma, got it.
Nothing easier than that.
And that would be with the honey drop too, I'd wager.
I would imagine so.
Yep.
So yeah, the honey flower for the charisma boost and the inspiration.
Yeah, but we got a few different charisma ones. How about we give them the charisma plus brains? Because I think there's one that gives a little bit of dex too for that.
Yeah, because
We need dex and charisma.
yeah, we need blibba, where blibba hibba happa.
There we go. That one gives a little bit of dex, so we can give a little bit of honey.
And for a
Yeah.
little flavor.
Yeah. There we go.
Some honey for those vocal cords. Enjoy. And the music's kicked in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Amazing! Can we move on to the story now?
You got somewhere to be?
Nah, but I'm getting bored. We got to Morelia, an island so small it's basically the tower's wild backyard. As I walked between the crystalline roses, I expected to see secret passageways hidden behind every corner. I almost brought you back a rose.
Why didn't you?
I you wouldn't like it.
I would have.
Oh, okay, that's, moving on. The tower itself reached so high, I thought it might be reaching out to kiss the moon itself.
It was really tilted at about a 5-degree angle. I measured it with my paws. The bricks were still wet. I'm sure the tsunami shook its foundation.
Would think the waves would have done us a favor and knocked down the door, but nope. That locked door was the first challenge. Inko's lockpicks broke. Seemed like a skill issue. Broke. Skill issue? Bro, the door ate my lockpicks.
Oh, the door was a mimic. Got it. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so appropriate given Yune.
Door mimic. A classic first step to securing your establishment.
That's not a bad way of looking at it either. You talk like you've seen one before.
And before she says that, or they say that the innkeep's bar has a door mimic.
Yeah.
No, the inn itself is a mimic.
I mean, it is enchanted at least, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, was it above board? Bitch, I bred them. Have you ever
Oh
tried?
god, it is. Nay, say the words, please.
Have you ever tried to open my door when the inn's closed?
No.
If you do, don't use any lockpicks and take care of your fingertips. So, how'd you get inside?
Of course.
You know, hey Nick, remember the game where we pissed off the door so much it just said "fuck you" and it opened? After the
The funny thing is, that was my idea, if I remember correctly. It's just like knock on the door and ask politely.
Yeah! As we tried every other method. Guy walks up. Could you open up, please? By charming it, of course. X forgot his spell book and couldn't get the arcane lock unlock spell to work. And obviously, it wouldn't let us in just like that. So I decided to play the mimic a tune. Yeah, that amazing, bro. Your fancy tunes are the goat. I was nervous. I'd never played in front of a mimic before, so I wasn't sure their taste in music was. I decided to play something emotional, something that would melt its metaphorical heart. A song of woe. Who thought it literally would have melted? Yeah. I began playing the first tune, and the log started weeping before I reached the chorus.
Yeah,
Tears were streaming down its face.
Never play Sasha emotional music. I told you that.
Okay, so mental note: beware about playing Door mimics renditions of Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Wait,
I
wait.
mean, that could work for any dumb mimics, perhaps.
Especially don't
So
play it
that's
for
definitely something to be
a
worried
mimic.
about.
Especially don't play it for a mimic that's mimicking a pipe organ. The pipes are calling.
And as if they were hot or made of acid, the door melted away. Afterwards, the lock lay in a puddle of wood, sobbing and thanking me for my performance.
That's not a very sturdy lock.
It just sounds very in touch with its emotions.
We stepped over the door's remains and into the tower. It was so much taller and bigger on the inside. Like a pocket dimension. So freaking cool.
And I can think of one reference that is probably being thought up at this point.
Except a tower can't really fit in your pocket. Bet? Hex walked ahead. Guy was really distracted. He didn't even listen to my poem about the symbiotic relationship between axe and door. For a long time, we didn't encounter anything, just a long hallway, no doors, only a bunch of strange paintings. Of course, most hallways can't go on forever, so eventually we reached a staircase. After what felt like 5.5 minutes. Eternity.
Meanwhile, I was outside investigating the flora and fauna. Everything was very peculiar, like it was all from another world. The colors were different, very blue and almost spectral. And there were a lot of spider webs, or yarn, not sure which. Suddenly, the ground shook and almost knocked me off my feet.
Who could have guessed there was a pressure plate on those stairs? I wasn't paying attention and was too careless. One wrong step, and a pressure plate triggered an explosion and... plunk! The whole staircase began crumbling down into a pit of nothingness. Bit by bit, started from the bottom. I rushed upward to safety, away from the weird wizard abyss. I stumbled, and if it hadn't been for Hex, it'd be mush.
You mean I'd be mush?
There! He grabbed my hand and pulled me up. But he isn't really the strongest, so we almost tumbled down together instead. I figured I couldn't just leave them to fall to their pathetic destiny. So I zoomed down to grab Hex by his collar and pulled both him and Voy back up. Thank you for saving us, Nico. No problem, Voy boy. Don't get used to it.
Didn't you expect a trap like that? After all, a great wizard would want to protect your treasure.
I guess we were a little distracted by all the gold hanging from the walls. The staircase ended in a wondrous library that spiraled endlessly around the tower's inside walls.
You okay, Scorpio?
Used to being
I am
kind.
okay, as we lost Hex at the bottom in the first row of books.
Did you not sleep again?
I slept fine.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm. A lot of them were drenched. Didn't seem like the tower was waterproof.
We might build a bed mech in order to smack him with a mattress.
Hmm. Hey, nickname, how long would it take you to drive to Scorpios to slap him with a mattress?
I mean, quite a bit because I don't drive.
Ah, fair.
But that won't stop me.
There was still primordial water drifting from somewhere above. We couldn't make out the ceiling, tried to reach it though. The second story of the spiral staircase library had 3 paths leading away. Each path ended in a door, and all 3 doors were closed and marked with runes or paintings of rusty old blocks. I got sucked into looking at the library's beautiful murals. Each of them depicted a different story. One of them was a mosaic of mirrors. That one was my favorite. Watching Hex look at books was like reading a thriller. Almost every
Totally
second
right.
book was rigged with a trap, but he figured out the pattern quickly. Something, Fibonacci, I don't know.
Ah, nice.
Once I was able to pry myself away from the murals, I started looking for spell things. I knew Hex was most interested in those, and you help when you can. I didn't. I mostly looked at all the small treasures lying around. The wizard had this real cool staff with a chonker of a gemstone embedded at the top. Imagine the damage I could do with that. But I also found something else that was really cool. Here, take a look.
Hmm.
Ah, new knick-knack.
It's dope, right?
I think we'll have to wait till we're back outside to take back at the main menu to take a good proper look at it.
Yeah.
Or
What?
a boy has to move.
What is this?
A weather jar, duh. It shows the weather is like in another realm.
I see. Let me guess. Avalon?
I knew you'd get it. I found some spell scroll. One of them had golden runes on it. X liked that one, but he didn't love it, you know. Then, nestled between a few red velvet armchairs, I found a glass case. It had a golden frame and a scroll placed inside, neatly in the middle. The scroll was floating and all that. I knew Hex was looking for more spells, so I called for him. As soon as I mentioned an oddly floated scroll, he came sprinting upwards, staring at the glass case. He already had another scroll tucked into his coat.
Trucked into the coat, huh?
I said tucked. I don't know where you got trucked.
You keep on seeming to forget that we are streaming, and we have the ability to both clip and make highlights of all this.
Uh-huh.
So, do you really think you can stand to try and play dumb when we can very easily provide evidence to the contrary, and have done so on multiple occasions?
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Oh, you sir are no Adam Savage.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting him to be carrying half the library at this point. But I guess that would have been too heavy for him. Of course the stupid glass case was also a puzzle. Had no lock, no lid, no nothing. Just glass and a gold frame. The scroll itself was glowing a promising blue. I suggested breaking the glass. Hex gave me his finest death glare. So he investigated the puzzle himself. While they were doing boring side quests, I made sure to stuff my pockets.
Hey, side quests may be boring, but they give you good EXP.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's a whole world difference between fighting the chapter boss when you just doing the main story, and then fighting them when you've done all the side quests and are at a significantly higher level and have better loot.
Uh-huh. Unless it's one of those games that scales with your character, like, say, Skyrim.
Fair.
Then the bosses get even more super scary.
Yeah,
But at least they drop better loot.
Yeah, I made a similar mistake with the first time I tried to play Final Fantasy VIII because my usual tactic is to grind to stupid and power on through things. That way I can that way I can enjoy the story. And yeah, well, there's a bits of downtime where I'm doing the grinding to stupid. It also means that I can more comfortably take down the bosses just because I power level over them. Turns out Final Fantasy VIII, however, they have one of those systems where the bosses and the enemies scale to your level.
Oh, fun. Found a jeweled silver paperweight shaped like a bird that'll make for a great blunt weapon. Hex was too scared we destroyed the scroll by triggering another contraption, so he suggested we look around in the adjacent rooms. The riddle doors. Hex only had to look at them for a mere second before figuring them out. Apparently, all of those murals and runes were referencing a story hidden somewhere in the library. So he made us search for it. It was trickery. We didn't want to trigger the book traps after all. It was like the library knew what would tempt us the most. I kept seeing books about forgotten songs, rare instruments, and romantic poetry. And I saw books about burglary and fraud.
What? Burglary. Ah, yes, burglary.
Oh, Scorpio.
So it's not just writing the English language, it's the just expression of the English language in general.
I'm pretty certain he didn't sleep last night, so that might be affecting him.
I did sleep.
How long did you sleep?
Nickname, I'm sure Sleeping can vouch for me when I dropped from the call I was in with him.
Wait.
How long did you sleep?
Let's see.
I went to bed about... I dropped from the call with them at around 1:30 a.m. I went to bed around 2:30? Maybe 3:30?
There is a notable difference between those two times.
Yes.
Not by a lot.
It's a whole hour!
And when exactly did you wake up?
I woke up at 9:30.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they do have the sus still lives on around that time.
Yeah,
And
but
again, it might have been 8:30 I woke up.
So you slept 5 hours.
That's not bad.
Roughly.
And it's not enough for his brain at the moment.
I mean, it does build up with the sleep schedule being fucky-wucky for a couple months.
Hmm.
Even had to tackle you to the ground one time so you wouldn't blow us all up. Who can resist a good scheme? It was kinda exciting, seeing Hex hop up and down the stairs looking for the right books.
Yeah.
First password was password. The second password was passwords past the password.
And the third one was passwords past the password's password.
You wish, but no. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. My god, that's the same lock that I have on my briefcase!
Gosh, baseballs.
Whoever had that as their password is a complete idiot. Odd, that's the same number I have as my briefcase.
Okay, Satoshi.
He would never be that stupid with a password. Maybe.
the fact that you had to add that extra bit on the end says otherwise.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea at this point what he would do. Since he has deviated so far from where I imagined.
That is fair.
Yeah. Although,
Because he literally started as something that was supposed to be a lighthearted prankster, now turned into probably an anti-hero villain. Or down a dark...
I don't think you count as an anti-hero.
He does with me because I don't let him.
I mean, I was gonna say he's probably one of those low-level henchmen at this point.
No, like I said, not anymore because I don't let him.
I mean, you try.
I succeed.
and don't forget, we also have the one that apparently is the suplexy one coming soon.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to find a good way to get River and
I'm sure we can plot something out with Ors to get her in.
Oh, God.
you nightmares from another Satoshi entering your mind.
Well, that would be as silly as the doing a Satoshi crossover. Oh god, that would be a scary thought. Because outside the Redhurst Satoshi, there are other versions of Satoshi I used. In different settings. And then there's the one in Cyberpunk, where he Windows.
Where the Cyberpunk one is the good version.
Supposed to be.
Remember that the Cyberpunk version was the one we had to bonk him on the head with because he gave himself so much damn chrome that he was on the edge of full-on cyber psychosis.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted to do.
I mean, come on. 28 humanity isn't that bad. Or was it 13 at that point?
I
Hey,
think
hey,
it was 13 or something like that.
hey, shut the fuck up.
It might have been 21. I knew it was, like, below 30.
You were low enough to where you basically had 1 point of humanity remaining.
Yeah.
You're not helping your case, boy.
But as the sidetrack, because I feel like the story is gonna go on, and we want to make progress.
Indeed. But at the same time, you give us so much material to work with.
Indeed. Easy to quack. Good for you.
First room was an alchemy lab, full of apparatuses that I'd never seen before. Most of the liquids had gone dry, but Hex insisted on taking whatever was left along with us anyways. Wouldn't let me taste any, though. The nerd was more interested in the study of hidden behind the second door. He was really determined to crack all of that old wizard's mysteries. We helped where we could, but listen, I only have like 3 brain cells.
Nice of you to admit that. Which makes you sharing them so much all the more dangerous.
Indeed.
The soundscape of the tower was kind of depressing. Silence broken only by the dripping of water and the creaking of old wood. So I sweetened it with a little song. Was very easy to get into the flow with that bomb music and volume. Thank you. Hex didn't find a key to the glass case, but at least he found a blueprint showing how it was built. Maybe he could find out how to open it using that.
That'd be nice.
He was pretty beaten up about everything, though. Yeah, couldn't find what he was looking for.
Not even in the third room?
No. That one was a gym. Didn't know wizards worked out. Maybe it was just a distraction from the hidden vault.
A hidden vault? Anything good in there?
Oh yeah, more than our arms could carry. A bunch of artifacts, most of them probably cursed. Which makes them even cooler. But Innkeep, you don't even know the funniest part yet.
Enlighten me.
The whole time, the wizard had a spare key to the tower under the doormat. The oldest habit of all time, and we didn't think about checking for it.
I mean, isn't that like a super common thing? Like, the DM puts something really super simple and overwhelmingly obvious in there, and the party just ends up trying to do everything but that.
I mean,
Yep.
the scene with the doctors stuck in a room trying to map how to unlock a door, when someone just opened it up, comes to mind. A room full of the brightest people, that's the same person, and they didn't think of the obvious answer.
That is always fun. Guys, did you try opening it?
I mean, isn't the term Occam's razor the simplest solution is usually the correct
Mhm.
one?
I think that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe one of these days I'll make a character who'll carry around a little razor blade and that has etched the words Occam in it, and just bring it out to bring it out whenever whenever they try a simple solution when everyone else is trying to overly complicate things.
Hmm.
Now I want to just 3D out print a case with just in it. So I could just go
Yeah.
hand them to people.
Just in case.
Yep, it's a just in case. I mean, it's always the stupidest things that are hilarious. You get it. But, yeah.
I did, but I wanted them to find themselves.
This monkey.
When they left the tower, I was at the beach with Jade. She had arrived a while ago to pick us up, and I was teaching Onyx new tricks.
She helped us heave all the loot onto her boat. We couldn't take everything with us, so we decided to head back there again another day.
There's one thing that does make sense in this equation, though.
That would be
Let
N equal, void and Hex traveled alone, well, except for me, the stowaway. Yet I found a fresh set of footprints by the coast before Jade ever arrived. Like there was a fifth person on the island. Maybe someone was there just shortly before us.
We didn't even notice, lol. Just like we didn't notice Melina.
I'm sorry for staying here for so long.
Don't apologize. I think it just proved your skills as a detective. We've got a lot to learn from you. Or they just rolled so low with perception and they were just busy being Chuckle Fox.
Why story? I can't wait to share it with Archie.
I'll be on my way now. Gotta check up on Hex and make sure he didn't accidentally take a book mimic home.
Look, Jeremy is a good boy.
I mean, with Nico?
yeah. Yeah, kind of think I still haven't thought up a good name for my book mimic.
Oh, hold on.
I should remedy that at some point.
You know, there is that moment that I want to ask the dangerous question. Whatever happens if Satoshi, without realizing it, picked up a mimic and he has a mimic with him without noticing?
You have a minute for that? I was saying, I don't know what else you want to...
There's a mimic in Satoshi's belongings, isn't there?
That's for me to know and for you to find out, good sir.
Well, fuck. Sure thing. So long, innkeep. Goodbye, innkeeper. Don't miss me too much.
I'll try not to.
That's what he's looking for.
You know, it would make sense if she was the unfortunate one that got the human half of the elf-human parent in lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's where I was figuring it was probably going, because
Yeah.
he's got the elf lifespan. He seems very overprotective of his sister. So, yeah, something like that seems right up his alley.
Mm-hmm. Now it's just you and me and Keith.
Indeed. I'm glad you're back.
You're making it sound like I was lost or kidnapped. I was just investigating.
Without telling anyone?
I don't need to tell anyone where I'm going.
People care about you, Melly. They get worried if they don't know where you are.
Oh. I'm not used to that. But I care about people too. Like you.
That's good to hear.
Ah, here we go.
Melly.
Iowa.
It's Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Oh, that name is so outdated. You're back.
I am. Did you miss me?
Did I was just very worried.
Hmm.
What?
You call me Mary.
What about it?
You've never done that before.
I'm sure I have.
You even say you never call me Mary.
I'm just glad you're back.
Welcome back to my tavern, Dave.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, I got it. My latest quest.
Dave, you made a good choice. I also went on a quest. Well, at first I wanted to find the moon swamps. You know, the mysterious magical swamps said to be magically hidden and only appears on foggy but starry nights. I'd heard they're somewhere in the moon swamp near the portal to the Twilight Chasm.
And did you find anything?
No, they find some weird way markers made of bones that seem to lead somewhere. They had do not touch written on them, and the paint even seemed fresh, so it looked like the perfect clue. But then suddenly there were just gallons of water everywhere. Luckily, I got away quick, and since I was already there, as it's always best to tackle my duty to discover the flood's origins. Well, at first I was more of a stowaway than a detective, and I also couldn't figure out why.
Don't storm like that. Off like that ever again, you understand? I was so worried and no one knew anything about your whereabouts.
Now.
I... I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. It's just, I haven't cared about anyone in so long. And with you and Fable both suddenly, I didn't know what.
I thought you didn't care. If you went away even though I asked you to be more careful. I thought maybe you didn't want me to be my trusty assistant after all. So I went to investigate alone.
No.
I'm sorry for leaving.
It's alright. I'm used to people leaving and not coming back.
I do care, Melly. I'm just kinda new to this whole honesty thing. I'm kinda new to this whole empathy thing.
Yeah, I figured.
If you'd like, I could fix you a drink to help you find your words again.
Don't know if I'm up for trading another secret in exchange.
It's on me today. You've got enough to worry about. So let me see what I can do for you.
I'll be right back. Just going for a quick use of the bathroom.
Sukarisma. Yeah. Feel like we should just go for another spoken heart.
Can't go wrong with that.
Enjoy your magical liquid eloquence.
It doesn't taste half bad. This might actually help. Oh no, I think Kitty is staring at Kitty.
Wow.
No, I mean up there. So, your quest. Jade said you were stranded on Morlia.
Yeah, I followed those three very suspicious looking fellows and somehow ended up on that island. I know I was running the wizards and magic when I'm out on adventures. And traps, magical traps everywhere.
Sounds very dangerous.
A detective's always seeking thrills. I'll make sure to be careful, I promise.
It's not about that. I know you know how to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't have solved the T-Rex case.
Hey,
But don't keep putting your own life at risk in exchange for vengeance. Luckily, nothing major this time.
You're kind of cutting out there a bit on my end.
yeah, the second time now he's cut out.
Maybe I'm not speaking loud enough.
Probably
look.
not.
Hang on. Let's fix that. I can temporarily turn. This all could have ended very differently. This all could have ended very differently.
I know.
All I'm saying is, don't disappear again. Please. You're not alone anymore. You don't have to do everything all by yourself.
Like your wonder talk.
Yeah.
Who will side with the kitty or the rogue?
Kitty. I think you got a point there, Melly. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to him as well, Melly. You're both guilty. But you two have also made a lot of progress already. And I'm glad both of you made it back safely.
Heard anything from Fable yet?
No, not yet.
What about Karen?
She came back after the flood. Currently, she's investigating some undead sightings in the Pale Woods.
Oh. Do you know when she'll be back?
No. But the two of you can wait here. Wait for her. Wait here for her if you want.
Yes, please. I want to stay until Karen gets back.
Alright, I'll keep you company.
How about I spice up your wait with another drink?
I'll pass.
Oh, but I like one, please.
Of course. Do you want anything specific?
That whole adventure was pretty exhausting. Maybe something to combat my mental tiredness?
Nothing easier than that.
Probably smirks, I'd wager. Also, we hear the clickety-clackities.
I had to turn off noise suppression to do the low voice.
Yeah, I turned my inner expression off because, well, I need it. I figured you guys want every word I say.
Also, a shame that happened to the tea.
So, Silent Owl.
So let's see. How about something that gives brains and stamina? Because she's probably a little tired too. If there's anything that even angles that way.
Nope. We've either got brains and charisma, charisma and agility, or brain, agility, and strength.
Let's go with brain charisma. That's a classic.
Sparkling Nebula, then.
Which means we can probably also give some inspiration too, because we can use the Thunder Sage. And a little bit of stamina. Looks good.
Let's see if this will wake you up again.
Oh, thank you. Mmm. This is delicious. I can feel my synapses connecting. No, now that I've had some time to think about it. I think I figured out why Hex was so bummed about the loot.
Care to share your insight with us?
But of course, he has a younger sister, right? Which always struck me as odd. She looks so much older than him. So what if she just ages faster than he does? And he expected to find some very special loot in that wizard tower. But he didn't find it. Mm-hmm. So what if he was looking for something to extend her life? Like a scroll of immortality.
What a foolish idea.
Hey,
Not you, Hex. Even if it's tempting, those are powers that no one should interfere with.
I agree. What if she turns into a zombie? I've had enough of them.
Definitely.
I mean, fair. Most passes at immortality in these kinds of settings tend to lead more into the realm of necromancy.
I mean, case in point, becoming a lich.
Mm-hmm.
I-
Another one of those well-meaning, but ooh, that's gonna have repercussion kind of things.
Yeah. We should tell him when we see him again.
Yeah. I also get the feeling that if they tell him that he may just double down because.
I mean, it's Satoshi. What do you expect?
But in this case, it just screams to me that Hex is one of those ones where he is so overly so protective, so strongly bonded to his sister that the very concept of having to live without her, of outliving her, is just unbearable to him, incomprehensible. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine what it's like for what happens when a long-lived race ends up falling for a more shorter-lived race, and even worse if they end up having children where where one of, at the very least in this case, one of the children did not inherit the long-lived portion of their parents.
Well, I mean, a good
nickname.
example. I mean, a good example of the spouse to a younger lived race. Remember Freyrin, the dwarf? He married a human, and when she passed on, he swore to defend the village, even though he's at the point where he can't even remember at this point.
I think there was a short where me and Nickname saw, and he hates me for it, where it did the same thing, only with a dragon. Though I think the point being of trying to meet the same soul again for it being reborn. And the ending.
Yeah.
When you get so old, you start to lose it yourself.
Freyrind is a very beautiful, if somber, series.
Oh, yes.
Need to continue it again.
Indeed. Because, yeah, isn't the second season out at the moment?
I don't even think I finished watching the first yet.
Yeah, I've definitely not finished the first, so...
Oh my, yeah, you're up for some good episodes.
I think that the last I remember is being tricked to watch the guy's pupil after teaching them that magic.
Good God, you're so early in it.
It was something we started watching, and then it just slipped. It didn't continue because there was so much.
You haven't even met the third companion that's in with the group. Because it's more than just Freyrin and her little budding apprentice in that little group.
Oh,
I mean, I was just to give a point where I remember. I was just giving a point where I remember.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should perhaps we should play a set of points where we can just allow us sit down, just even if worst case scenario, start from the top and just binge Freyren.
I mean, there were so many anime that we started that we probably need to just start from the top and binge again, because the list is forever getting longer.
Yeah.
But this is a conversation for later.
Or maybe we should tell Carolyn when she returns. She seems to be experienced with dealing with the undead. You think it'll be a long time before she gets back?
I don't know. Could be very soon, but it could also take a few more days. You had a long day. Aren't you tired, Millie?
No. I'm not tired. At all.
Let's wait for a little bit longer. Maybe she'll show up and fable with her.
Sounds good.
She's gonna fall asleep, isn't she?
Did she fall asleep?
Fucking called it.
Yeah. Maybe I should bring her home and wrap this up for tonight.
That's a good idea. You should get some rest as well. I'll let you know if I hear anything about Carolyn. Or Fable.
Alright, there's not much for me to do otherwise.
Except care for Millie. She needs you.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Good night, Dave.
You know, forget about it. See ya. That moment I have a cat on my lap that I'm trying to keep from trying to get the bird or the kitty that's on the screen.
Wait, what bird?
The crow that keeps hopping around by the window. Or whatever the equivalent they called it.
I mean, it's probably, yeah, crow. It's not big enough to be a raven.
I mean, they called the bird a certain species that was native for this, but looks like a crow.
Oh, the one I see it now.
I noticed that the letter is back up on the board.
Yeah.
It's been still up there the whole time.
Yeah.
I will say that is a long day.
Hmm. 31st of the astral moon. And I can't help but say that part of me is getting concerned because remember in that when we looked at that letter, they specifically mentioned the 35th.
Yeah.
Disaster, tea, and revelations.
Oh. Does not bode well, does not bode well, does not bode well.
What? You don't like a pseudo-apocalypse? What's the worst that can happen?
We've had 2 of those already.
I swear neither of the 2 I had anything to do with.
No, we know you were involved with each.
I mean, it's not like Satoshi already almost caused a fucking Armageddon.
Yeah. We didn't come close.
Okay, let's see what this day has to offer. Or should we, considering that we've got about an hour before the rough cutoff?
I was about to say, I can always skip late if I want to. I just try to be smart with it.
True, but at the same time, when you need to go to bed, you need to go to bed. And yeah, if we can help it, don't want to leave in the middle. Don't want to the words come out properly. If we can help it, we like to try to avoid having to end things in the middle of a chapter.
Exactly.
Okay, so those 2 show up. Those ones.
But yeah, I mean, in many ways, this is also pretty much a good stopping point. We now know Melly's back safe and sound, so that is that bit of relief.
I was never missing. I was just investigating.
That's you.
I think the only one that we're still have concern is for the poor, Fable, as they are still half cocked somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And I mean we talked about it when they stormed off like that. Right? Is just running off half cocked with like that with missing information without without a complete point of view of where to potentially start looking. That's, even if you mean well, it's just gonna put yourself in unnecessary danger, stuff that you're likely not ready to handle yet, and it it takes a lot of brave adventurers and makes them dead adventurers.
Well, in the fact, since you didn't even know the location for all you know, you might as well just open the map on a giant wall and then throw darts at it to search, because that's basically what they are doing.
Mm-hmm. Plus the whole thing of how they're obviously very personally attached to this, which means it takes a high degree of professionalism to, especially if you're connected to personally to something, to still treat it more objectively and separate yourself from that connection. Heck, even for people who are professional, a lot of times, if they know they have a personal connection thing, they step back from the job as much as they want to do it. They know that they can't do so properly.
Oh yeah.
Their connection is going to taint their performance, and it's going to make things it's going to make things worse for them.
Well, that, and on the flip side, if going on those, like, talked about professions where, like, if they don't recuse themselves or step back, then you got people looking from the outside who are, if they know that there's a connection, they're gonna think, okay, are you being biased in favor because you know that individual? So many things.
Yeah. Although in this case, the biggest thing is definitely more the thing of Fable's relative inexperience and the potential danger of what they've gone and taken on.
Look, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Actually, if it wasn't that, I should turn this.
I mean, yay. Yeah, still worried about them. Still hoping they'll come back soon. But they did. But yeah, they only. They stormed off with incomplete information. No drinks giving them a buff. It's more or less basically just basically like going into could be considered an equivalent to going to a raid type situation. You didn't bring any potions to buff yourself with, and then just deciding before you know just what like the mechanics are, just charging in Leroy Jenkins style.
Ah, you beat me to it.
Well,
I
there's
I was just about to make that joke.
Well, there's also the problem in the fact that Fable is the worst class to go gun-ho the way they are.
Oh, yes.
After all, Rangers are not known. Even if you could put distance, if you are outnumbered, because there's only so fast that you can fire an arrow or move and evade with distance, and even then you are limited to the amount of arrows that a quiver can hold, which is usually roughly 12 to 24.
And of course, going solo. And it's also making me feel more potentially uncomfortable considering the name of this next chapter, which we'll be getting to when we come back. The middle one is just fine. It's the first one, and the possibly by extension the latter most one that is the most disconcerting.
I mean, in this case, you could say that we're spilling the tea. I'll go see myself out for that horrible joke.
Considering you gangs don't have a good reputation concerning tea, yeah, that's something to be worried about.
Alright. Fair enough.
I mean, I like my tea.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about us throwing in a purpose.
I know.
I'm craving tea now.
Yeah, any particular blend?
I still have the blue pea.
Ah,
That require me getting up and brewing the water, and it's just too far.
Oh,
I got well, at the moment I got a box of Christmas tea here. It was meant to be a Christmas gift, but it wasn't able to be delivered to me until much more recently. So
I mean,
maybe I can brew up after I'm done with the stream. I can brew myself up a cup of some out of season holiday tea.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
We should probably end this now then.
Maybe. But
Yeah, was there a spot to look at the artifacts or the thing that you got?
Trinkets.
so let's see. For this first page, we've got the Starry Bear and the Bat Father clock. We don't have this what looks like some kind of a twig. What looks like it was some kind of a winged.
Oh,
dagger.
the twig would have been her playing fetch with the thing.
The twig would have been playing fetch, and the other one was a dagger, I think. Whatever you're not
Yeah.
getting, it's basically the second choice that you didn't do to get it.
Uh-huh.
So basically, after we're done with this, with doing this for the stream, I'm going to do a second, like a new game plus playthrough to get the other stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So we got the #1 innkeeper mug, and what looks like a some kind of mobile.
Yeah.
Got the morning race mosaic and some kind of quill by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So we now just got the weather jar. And I'm guessing there's something that looks like have something to do with fire, because that's what we would have gotten from the, as you put it, Chucklefucks, if they had gone pyro.
Is that a cat or a raccoon?
I want to say cat.
I can't tell. It might be a topiary.
Maybe, but it might be a taxidermy.
Yeah. Could be, it could be either. So odds are, whatever this one with what looks like a bird inside might be what we'll get next.
Yeah. It seems the leftmost one is the better choice. Rightmost is the other one. Ah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Zo forward.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pet it?
Trying?
Oh. Sad.
Looks like no.
Oh, the axe. And the sword. We've brought up those, haven't we?
So basically this bi-pyramid of Dalinor and Renu here are ones that we're going to get regardless. So I'm guessing we'll end up... So... Because...
Yeah, I think there were some that we're gonna get regardless, but others we get based on the path.
So yeah, probably this axe and sword will get eventually. These ones here are the path ones, so there's just one more of these that we're gonna get that's path related. Still like Renan here, the sleepy bubbly boy. But yeah, with that, let's wrap things up for now. Oh, let's hope that things don't get too bad when we come back to this one. So, thank you to everyone in the call. Orsk, nickname Scorpio, a pleasure as always.
Mm.
And thanks to everyone who came by to watch the stream. Until next time, I hope y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Good boy.